Dogs like the Bloodhound have been in existence for centuries, used by noblemen to track game in the ritual of the hunt. The dogs take their name from the care taken in recording their ancestry or bloodlines, so they were blooded hounds. Today's bloodhounds descend from the Saint Hubert hound, created in the 8th century France to follow difficult trails in search of treacherous game such as wild boar. William the Conqueror brought Saint Hubert hounds with him when he conquered England in 1066, and it was there that the bloodhound eventually blossomed some 800 years later. The Victorians were famous for creating dog breeds as we know them today, as previously there had been no breed standards and rarely any record keeping of bloodlines. The rise of dog shows and a widespread interest in keeping of fine or rare animals helped to save many breeds from extinction. The Bloodhound was one of them. His ability as a man-trailer and the patronage of Queen Victoria, herself a noted dog lover, saved him from falling into oblivion. Man-trailing with bloodhounds became a popular leisure activity, and it didn't take long before the police recognized the bloodhound's usefulness in tracking down criminals. These days, the bloodhound is still a favored member of many law enforcement teams, and his testimony is even accepted in court. As his name suggests, the German Shepherd originated in Germany, where he was created in the 19th century primarily by Captain Max von Stephanitz, who wanted to develop a dog that could be used for military and police work. The result was a dog with striking good looks, intelligence, and versatility. The adaptable and attractive dog soon drew the attention of dog lovers in other countries. While Rin Tin Tin is the most famous of the early German Shepherds, he was not the first to come to the United States. One is known to have been brought in the US in 1906, and the American Kennel Club registered the German Shepherd in 1912. The First World War put a dent in the breed's popularity because the dogs were associated with the enemy. German Shepherds braved artillery fire, landmines, and tanks to supply German soldiers in the trenches with deliveries of food and other necessities. After the war, movies featuring Rin Tin Tin and fellow German Shepherds Strongheart brought the breed back into favor. American audiences loved them. For a time, the German Shepherd was the most popular breed in the United States, and now he's second in line to the mighty Golden Retriever. The Bloodhound is calm by nature, but by no means lazy. Forget that image of the sleepy hound on the front porch. This is a working dog capable of trailing a scent for hours or even days. Life with a Bloodhound puppy can be best described as bedlam. Bloodhounds are master chewers and can easily destroy walls, doors, and furniture if left unchecked. They will also eat anything in the hope that it's food, including but not limited to rocks, socks, toys, plastic wrap, kitchen towels, etc. The list goes on and on. It's not unusual for this breed to require multiple veterinary visits or even surgeries to deal with intestinal blockages. Constant supervision and a good crate are essential to raising a Bloodhound puppy. A bored Bloodhound with energy to burn will create his own entertainment. He's a champion hole digger and can remodel your lawn in no time flat. Given the slightest opportunity, he will escape your yard to follow an intriguing scent and wander for miles before realizing home is nowhere to be found. He's not able to backtrack, so it's best to prevent breakouts by enclosing your yard as thoroughly as if it were Alcatraz or Fort Knox. The Bloodhound is renowned for his gentle nature, but beneath that placid exterior lies a tough, stubborn, independent hound. Training a Bloodhound requires skill, cunning, and what some might call bribery. Positive reinforcement, particularly with food rewards, is the way to win a Bloodhound's heart and mind. Force, on the other hand, will get you nowhere. When it's employed, the Bloodhound will simply don the mantle of passive resistance and refuse to do anything. For best results, begin training your Bloodhound when he's young and still somewhat malleable. To fulfill the Bloodhound's need to work, channel his amazing scenting ability with long, slow walks or hikes, permitting him to sniff out and explore trails. If possible, teach him to man-trail, as he's born to do it after all, and get involved in your local search and rescue organization. If nothing else, teach him to play hide and seek around your house. His skills will come in handy when you lose things. When you walk your Bloodhound, he must be on a leash, otherwise he'll take off when he finds a good scent, going at a pace that you won't be able to match. Bloodhounds have no street sense and will follow a trail into traffic or onto train tracks. Pulling is second nature to this very strong dog, so good leash manners are essential. Start teaching them as soon as you bring your puppy home and work with a trainer that the lessons are in fact taken. Before we continue, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button, as it would mean a lot. Thanks. The ideal German Shepherd is direct, fearless, and confident. When he comes from parents who have good temperaments and has been socialized to become familiar with many different people, sights, and sounds, he's an intelligent, easy to train, devoted, and fun-loving dog. The German Shepherd is naturally protective of his home and property and will always alert you to strangers or intruders, but if you welcome someone into your home, your German Shepherd will accept them too. He will also get along well with other pets, especially if he's raised with them since puppyhood. German Shepherds are smart and learn quickly, the cats rule. The German Shepherd needs a job. While many German Shepherds are raised successfully in kennel situations, these are working dogs who have demanding and interesting tasks to do that give them the needed exercise and mental stimulation. If your Shepherd is a family companion, he needs to live indoors with your family and receive opportunities to exercise his brain, such as learning tricks, helping you around the house by picking things up, and bringing them to you or serving the community as a therapy dog. He will enjoy going for walks or hikes, chasing a ball, or getting involved in a dog sport. He doesn't need to live in a large house with a yard, but if you do live in an apartment or condo, you must be able to give him plenty of walks or other daily exercise and opportunities to relieve himself during the day. Otherwise, he'll be lonely, bored, and even destructive. There are a few dog breeds whose fans don't call them intelligent, but in the case of the German Shepherd dog, that's probably an understatement. They're extremely intelligent and famously trainable. Their intelligence means they don't suffer fools or wimpy owners gladly, which means consistent training from an early age is not optional. Those brains, if not put to work in constructive ways, will find plenty of destructive alternatives. German Shepherds can also be way too much dog for even the most well-meaning of people because they were created and bred to work for many generations. Their genes tell them to be a guardian, a police dog, a guide dog, a search and rescue dog, almost anything other than a couch potato. If you aren't ready for that level of commitment, perhaps you should find another breed. Many people want a German Shepherd for purposes of protection, but almost no one really needs a trained protection dog. Most people or families simply need a watchdog and a deterrent. The German Shepherd's size, body language, reputation, and instinctive protectiveness are all that's needed to accomplish those goals, so don't get a trained protection dog that you don't need and probably can't handle. A socialized, well-mannered German Shepherd who lives with his family will protect them as part of his nature. In bloodhounds, the most serious and potentially expensive health problems are hip and elbow dysplasia, eye conditions such as entropion as the eyelids roll inward, ectropion as the eyelids roll outward, and a condition known as dry eye are potential concerns. Another health problems that may affect the bloodhound is hypothyroidism, a common hormonal disease in dogs in which the thyroid gland doesn't produce enough thyroxine. Not all of these conditions are detectable in a growing puppy, and it's impossible to predict whether an animal will be free of these maladies, which is why you must find a reputable breeder who is committed to breeding the healthiest animals possible. The German Shepherd has a reputation for being prone to hip dysplasia, but breeders are working to decrease the occurrence of this genetic malformation. When a dog has hip dysplasia, the head of the thigh bone doesn't fit properly into the hip socket. Over time, the bone begins to wear away, eventually resulting in painful arthritis. Depending on the severity of the condition, hip dysplasia can be managed with medication, or the hips can be surgically replaced at a cost of thousands of dollars per hip. It's impossible to know if a dog has hip dysplasia simply from examining him or watching him move. Degenerative myelopathy is one of the most devastating of conditions that can affect GSTs. This neurological disease results in a slow, creeping paralysis of the dog's hindquarters. It's untreatable and eventually the dog won't be able to move on his own. Watch your dog carefully for signs of pain and discomfort that come on gradually rather than suddenly, and check his nails at least once a month to watch for signs of uneven wear. While DM in dogs is incurable, the course of the disease can be slowed with treatment. Like many other large breeds, German Shepherds can suffer from a wide variety of heart diseases, including murmurs, valve diseases, and a large heart. An annual heart exam is critical in catching these conditions early on, as many of them respond well to treatment. Before individual German Shepherds can be included in the Canine Health Information Center (CHIC), the German Shepherd Dog Club of America requires them to have hip and elbow certifications from the Orthopedic Foundation for Animals (OFA) and GSDCA temperament test results on file with OFA. Bloodhounds have short, easy care coats in black and tan, liver and tan, or red, and need only a weekly brushing or wipe down. That's where the easy part stops. The wrinkles must be cleaned regularly and kept dry to prevent infection. Be prepared to wash your bloodhound's face thoroughly after every meal and wipe his mouth after he drinks water before he shakes his head and sling water and drool everywhere. Use a rubber hound glove to brush the bloodhound's short coat, remove dead hair and distribute skin holes. You can brush the dog daily or weekly depending on your tolerance for finding dog hair around the house. Bloodhounds shed seasonally in the spring and fall. A tool called a shedding blade can come in handy during that time to help remove the excess hair. Bloodhounds typically don't need baths very often if they're brushed regularly. They have a distinctive odor that most people either love or loathe, so if you're a loather, don't think you can bathe the smell away. It's an inherent part of the dog and is something you must live with if you want a bloodhound. The German Shepherd dog has a thick, medium-length double coat that sheds a lot and constantly, so much that even his fans call him a German Shedder. The outer coat sheds heavily in spring and fall, and the German Shepherd must be brushed and bathed frequently during that time to get out all that loose hair. The rest of the year, weekly brushing is generally enough to keep him clean. If the German Shepherd is your breed of choice, purchase a heavy-duty vacuum cleaner. Don't get a German Shepherd if you have allergies or are a fussy housekeeper. The rest is basic care. Trim the nails as needed, usually once a month, and good dental hygiene is important, so brush the teeth frequently for good overall health and fresh breath. Check the ears weekly for dirt, redness, or a bad odor that can indicate an infection. If the ears look dirty, wipe them out with a cotton ball dampened with a gentle ear cleaner recommended by your veterinarian. It's best to introduce your dog to grooming at an early age so he will accept it gracefully. Alright guys, which one do you think you'll get? Tell me down in the comments.